There is a magnet in your heart that will attract true friends. That magnet is unselfishness, thinking of others first. When you learn to live for others, they will live for you. A quote by Paramahamsa Yogananda, an Indian monk, yogi, and guru who introduced millions to the teachings of meditation and Kriya Yoga through his organization, Self Realization Fellowship, and also the author of the famous book Autobiography of a Yogi. Hello, my name is Malati, and this is my show titled The Impressive Empress. Here, I talk to women leaders, women who have had a humble beginning and have forged their way to leadership, a position to which they have been elevated thanks to their selfless efforts at making a positive difference to the world. Social empowerment means equal status, participation, and the power of decision making at the household and community level. And a social entrepreneur works for the empowerment of the weaker section of the society by identifying the gaps. While they are visionaries, they are also realistic in their approach, trying to implement innovative solutions to the societal problems. Our guest today is one such social entrepreneur, Dr. Chidatmika Khatua from Odisha, India. She is the founder and managing trustee of Aryabhatta Institute of Education and Technology. She is the founder of India's first Tribal Queen contest, which created a benchmark in the Indian history and is now being incorporated in the Indian General Knowledge Current Affairs as Who is the First Tribal Queen of India? Her brainchild project Adirani showcased the talents of the tribal girls as individuals. Let's get to know what makes Chidatmika the impressive empress. Hi, Dr. Chidatmika. Good afternoon to you.
Hi,
And
good afternoon.
I'm so happy to have you today on this show
Same
titled
here.
Impressive Empress.
Thank you, Malti, for this beautiful opportunity. And first of all, I really congratulate that the name you have kept it itself, impressive empress, is a so beautiful term. And I can say this is an impactful terminology for each and every woman who do some inspiring works in their domain. And thank you very much.
Yes, you have really said it very correctly, Chidatmika. The impressive part actually talks about the way women are impacting the society to make a positive difference to the world.
Wonderful, wonderful. Yeah.
So, Chidatmika, I was going through your profile, and I should say I was totally floored by the number of awards you have received. So, what does receiving an award mean to you, and especially the number?
Uh, Thank you. Thank you very much. In fact, each time I get award, I always think that each one more responsibility on my shoulder. Awards and recognition always boost you for your work. I always getting boosted by my environment, positive environment. Yes, definitely people applaud and say that yes, you are the person which recognized by the awards. But I strongly believe that awards and achievement will follow once you do the work passionately. That's what happened with me always. For that, you can see so many awards in my profile.
So, when did all of this start? So, could you maybe
Yeah,
share your journey?
yeah, sure, sure. Actually, I basically from this state from Odisha, India, and the city is known as the Temple City. I started long, just finishing my education in 1996. I started my journey with a project called iron deficiency anemia and iron deficiency disorders. This is basically for eradication of, malnutrition and iron deficiency among the pregnant mothers. So this was a Government of India project, and I was associated with Government of India Health Department for as a nodal officer. So that's how I started my journey, and I was a country head, and was approaching and dealing with various state governments for this project. It's a new project. Planning Commission of Government of India was taking some decision on survey of this project, so I was fully involved, and this was my job career. And during that career, I always meet the people, interact with the people, and I used to take lots of interview for different posts. That time, I used to just fill certain gaps, right? When a student come, finish the study and enter to the professional life or professional journey, there is a gap. I always feel that, because you have a certificates of so many percentages, but when you come to the practical field, it is different. So I thought, whenever I'll start my enterprise, I should work on this gap. That's how I started my entrepreneur journey in the year 2009. I left my job and I started Aryabhat Institute of Education and Technology. This was basically the professional education in Odisha. I have started.
Impressive, filling the gaps. What are the kind of risks or sacrifices that came along with this entrepreneurial journey that you have embarked upon?
Uh, in fact, if you say sacrifice, I'll not say sacrifice, because see, as a woman, you have to balance everything. I learned, because during my job career, I got married in 2000 to a plastic surgeon doctor who was that time in Agasar Gangaram. Then after that, he went to GI Chandigarh. So that time it was it's a very I used to move all over India for this project to talk to the bureaucrats and ministries and all. So when, in fact, the journey, so many travels, I couldn't able to manage. For that, I started my entrepreneurship. But there was a burning desire to start also something. So two things combined with me to start my entrepreneur journey. Definitely the challenge I took, but I took the challenges positively, and I love to take challenges. And that time, I had a baby also, baby child, and carrying her and starting my enterprising was a challenge, definitely. But with God's grace, family, husband, when they supported, I feel that, yeah, this is a part. Like when you start any journey, there is a finance department, there's an admin department, there's so many departments you have to manage the so. So like this, I took my all department correlated and moved my my journey as an entrepreneur things.
When the family stands by us, I think
Exactly.
half the battle is won, or even I would say 75% of the
Exactly.
battle is won. And I think you are lucky to have the support of
Exactly.
your family. And so,
Oh yes.
yeah. So, what was your mission statement when you started this started your entrepreneurial enterprise?
My mission was very clear, that I'll make everyone employable and winner. I work on the gaps always. And I started this that to bridge the gap by giving the professional trainings. They ended, they should get employment out of that. So which I could do. So at that time, we almost trained 1,500 graduates and undergraduates, and they placed successfully. And soon after, I started with another project, teachers training program. Whenever I choose any of the project for this Aryabhat Institute of Education Technology, always we think that what is the impact we are giving back to the society. So at Aryabhat, we are training the teachers, because training the teachers is the must, because the future of children is in their hand, and you'll be very happy that we consider to be number one service provider of Odisha, because till date we have almost trained 5,000 odd teachers, and who are successfully placed in both private and big schools and government as well. And I'm also the general secretary of All India Private School Children Welfare Association, where in Odisha I ensure the quality education and the better education, not only the urban children will get, rural as well. We also engage with the Odisha government SSPT department, where we ensure that there are so many projects of central government and state governments, but usually what happened, they lost of reaching to the grassroots level people. They don't understand what is the benefits they're going to get it for the central government and state government projects. So again, there, my people, I have around 3,000 manpower who works and engage as a people actions group. We call them PAG. They are engaged in each Gram Panchayat level. They go to door and ensure that anybody of the household is deprived from the state scheme or central scheme or not. So this kind of bridge always I try to map in this organization where the social impact is there.
But from your educational qualification, it doesn't
Yeah.
match with what you're doing. So,
Oh,
what
yes.
kind of skill sets or how did you
I
equip yourself to do the work that you're doing now?
Yeah, I did I'm a literature student. Interestingly, I did my English literature. I did my PG post graduation. Then after that, I did my MBA in entrepreneurship, and finally PhD in international business. So this is I always, in fact, you can say that I always get through my inspiration through my education, and education I implemented in my business. People knows me as a social entrepreneur of Odisha, and one of the major project I think people knows me, identify me as a I'm the founder of first tribal queen contest of India, and this queen contest is not about the fashion peasant, it is about tribal women empowerment. This is my brainchild, which people knows me, I'm mother of Adirani.
Fantastic work
Yeah.
that is. Little bit
Yeah.
more. Can you elaborate on that?
I love to be, because Adirani is my brainchild, and now I'm not saying my, it is our brainchild, because Adirani is spontaneously generate so many vibes, and people has been connected whole of the world. And Adirani is a concept. It's not an event actually. It is a project for me, because when I was working with the government, that time I used to visit various tribal people. I used to mix them, and that time I was feeling certain things where the tribal culture is so beautiful, tribal tradition is so beautiful, but why they are not identified so much, or women are not able to come forward to society and mix with the general society, because they are having a unique culture. They always identify as a group. And you might have seen, it's not about Indian tribal, it is always all over the world, the tribals are identify the group. Never you have seen a tribal woman say, stand in front of society, say that I'm beautiful, my culture is rich, my tradition is rich, and my beauty is not like just only in the good look. It is beyond the good look. So there is a theory of Panchasila. If you have heard about the Panchasila, the five principles of the approach to the tribal society, which was proposed. The major contention of this theory was that the world should not impose anything on the tribals. They should flourish their own genius predominantly. They should flourish, and they should not be over administered. And they have their own culture. And I believe strongly the social changes should not mean the cultural changes. So this is the thing which has, codified in my mind that time, and which, Adirani finally took a save of empowering a individual tribal women and transform their culture with this originality. Because I strongly believe the modernity is not to follow westernized. Modernity is to transform the own originality to the society. If you can come forward with her own originality. So now my vision and goal is one. how to create a brainstorming tribal India and connect globally. So that's my vision and mission, which I'm running through now.
What a great idea.
Yeah,
Fantastic idea.
thank
I
you.
wish you good luck with that.
Thank you.
Yeah. And
Thank you.
how was it? What were the challenges you faced when you approached these tribal women to do this kind of a beauty show, or what do you call it?
First of all, I'll bit rectify you. It is not at all a beauty show because in this we have first focus queen. Now Adi Rani. Rani means queen. We call it queen of queens. In Indian history, you might have marked that Jhansi Rani Lakshmi Bai or any of the Rani. We portray the Rani as a heroic woman. I could have given the name of Adi Beauty or Adi Sundari, but it is named as a Adi Rani. A Rani considered in Indian history as an empowered woman was beyond the good look and empowered witty lady. So Adirani is portrayed in this way. A tribal woman is portrayed in this way in Adirani, where she has to transform or introduce her culture, her attires, her talent, what their culture do, and how she will transform, and people will of world will get to know about, Adirani. And one beautiful things, 2018 when we started this Adharani, it was considered to be first tribal queen contest of India, and you'll be very happy that in GK, current GK, Indian GK, it has been already took place as a competitive question. Who is the first tribal queen of India? Answer is Pallavi Durua. Pallavi Durua in 2018 is a poor girl who belongs to this Koraput of Odisha, small village. Her father is not there. People didn't know. She also till today she doesn't know. There is no communication to her village, but her name is now incorporated in Indian history. So that is the transformation of the life. You are empowering a individual, a girl. That is the happiness. And now how we are showing to the world, Adirani. Adirani India, Adirani Earth, Adirani World, and Adirani Universe. So we are connecting them globally, and each of the country like Indonesia, Australia, US, everywhere Adirani competition, and those were the first runner-up or second runner-up. Again, they will come to one platform and they will have a interstate competition, international competition, and world will get a mesmerizing beauty, which is the tribal culture, Adirani universe, world, and earth. That is the dream. It's yeah, if it is a very big dream, but I am seeing this with all open eyes only, not sleeping.
Yeah, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah,
So,
yeah,
what has been the barrier in terms of approaching these women or these girls from the tribal communities? Like you said, they are always
yeah,
identified as a group. Now,
yeah,
from
yeah.
this group, you are bringing
It was a
one
big
girl.
challenge. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's from the beginning challenge, lots of challenge, and till now also I'm going through the challenges, because what happened, convincing and taking them out from the group, because when I approached initially to the government in 2018, you can't imagine even the tribal secretary, the director, the bureaucrats who are having a high position, they just laugh at me. They said, madam, what are you going to do? We even tried to do that in a government level, and we got criticism, and you are going to get also criticism. And frankly saying, Malti, I took a challenge from that time. I gone to grassroots tribals, talk to them, what is the barrier? I tried to find out that I built the confidence, trust level. That initially, when the contestants also their villages is not allowing them to participate, and I have to literally talk to the government, to the officers, local officers, principals, means all my whole influence, because one determination towards the good, I'll make it success. So what of the ifs and buts, and I applied that time and 2018. And definitely today and that day, it was hell and heaven difference, because the whole world and the state got the confidence, yes, they are not doing, they have always apprehension, you know what, that we'll just bring them this tribal girls, and we'll make them modernize, they will do the catwalk, tell them to wear the fancy kind of dresses, then this is called they are modern or they are forward. I told very simply, I'm not going to do anything with that. They are the people, they are the original people. Miti Kanya, we call it Matika Kanya, they're the daughter of the earth. And we want the daughter of the earth with the originality, not with any zero level adulteration to it. So when they convinced themselves, no, Adirani is a platform where their culture is not going to, spoiled by this so-called modern world. When they convince, after that, yes, they trust me, and today I am here.
How long did it take for you to convince them?
Almost 2 years. It's not a joke. I visited each and every corner of Odisha, because in Odisha, we have 63 tribals. And all over India, I used to talk to, it's not possible always to go out and talk physically and all, but I used to talk to the leaders. And yes, definitely government has supported me that time with the interact, that I wanted to tell, because it's not like that one day you get success out of that. It is a process, it's a continuous process. If something, people will believe you, trust you, that what exactly you're going to do it. Once they trust you, then definitely you stand as a leader in front of them. That's how I started, and I able to succeed that time. I gone talk and I said this is the concept. I explained them, their leaders, their mothers, their family, their principals, everywhere. But once they build the confidence, yes, definitely. And you can imagine that time also, one to media also was back of me, that definitely I'm going to do certain, like catwalk sort of westernized things, and tribal culture originality will be lost by this Adirani. But when they see it is nothing like that, nothing like that, then everybody has to stop their mouth, and they have to accept the originality.
You have really shown amazing patience, I should say. And
Yes,
were you not,
patience has to be.
yeah, were you not dejected, or you never gave up in all these 2 years? What was it that kept you motivated during these 2 years?
Once you dream something, that you know that you are convinced about what you're doing is right, hurdles will always come. I always think, like whenever you do anything, any start, you will get a criticism. Some people will tell you good, some people will tell you bad, somebody will appreciate you, somebody will give you the hand that we are with you. So there are various type of people will get it in your life. I always admire the Mahabharat for that. Today also we face Mahabharat character in our life. It is about your determination. If you are thinking that yourself you answer, stand in front of mirror, that whatever you're going to do it is right, you're convinced. You can imagine, I'll tell you certain things, and which is my best quote, I always say whenever I talk to the people. I always see a dream, like whenever I do something for a tribal girl, because tribal culture mesmerized me. I love to wear the tribal wearings. I love their culture. It was just like I fall in love with them. And always something was, back of my mind. And I used to say, tribal queen, potentially to know her mind is a complex. Her emotions are never shown. She stand with eloquence of tomorrow's not lead. The future is foreseen. This is her heritage, because her heritage is that. Oh, tribal queen, you are beautiful, being writer's instance that only you choose. Many try to overthrow her, many try to deceive her. She stand alone, not with anyone, because we always seen the tribals seen as a group, never to mislead her. Wisdom and knowledge is in her existence, the destiny of an outcome as you deploy the final victory. Because once you determine and see that what is the original, you will definitely get the victory. The accomplishment of funfulness, creating a history. Her name is Tribal Queen, Adirani. This is her life for sale by black, white, and all races. Adirani is the queen of queens. She is that heroic, empowered woman. I was not able to sleep, dear. I always chant like a mantra, So these things always make me stand. No, certain things I took it in my hand. I'll see that it has to be explored in practical. Recently, I got a delete in a University of Tonga, and a vocational university, and there are so many researcher was there, and I launched my reviewed book of on Adirani. I told them that see, you people are researcher and I am bit different. I come one step ahead, because I did the research on 30 or 32 tribal culture and practically implemented, works on the gap and practically implemented. That's how I standing in front of you. There are a whole of the world education is out there. So this is about your passion, you determine, true to yourself, then only these things comes out.
This is really extra special work. Did you have a role model, or what influenced you to work for the tribals or for the Bitia, as you call them?
My mother is inspirational for me always, because she always say that you do certain things that people will know you as a Chidatmika Khatua, and do certain things which the people impact will be more, because that time she was the highest educated in her village. But since my grandmother expired when my father was very small, she couldn't, even though she got an offer of job, she couldn't do it. So that time she always inspired us from the childhood. All three sisters we are, always she inspired that, okay, you do certain things where you wherever you stand, the line should start from there itself. So do certain things and work out with your passion, whatever you do, and convince yourself that yes, and answer to yourself. I always believe my competitor, I myself, not anybody. So that's how I'm from the beginning. I'm very bold and very decisive, and whatever determines, I'll make it, try to make it that with God's grace you should do. I should get it. I always believe in God that if you are true to yourself, definitely God, invisible power, comes and he helps you.
Very true. I'm
Yeah.
really enjoying this talk with you. Let me
Same here, dear.
come to the woman part of you. Now, you
Okay.
are you are a family woman with two kids. How did you manage the
Yeah.
family aspect and going around and meeting all these tribals, and with your Aryabhatta College of Engineering and Technology? That's a different kind of work. So, how do
In
you
fact,
manage?
this is a common question. This is a common question I get everywhere, because I am a multitask person, and I don't do anything under compulsion. I do everything with a passion and very committed. So like family also, I told you from the beginning that my parents means my family, my I'll say sometime in TV show also people ask, what is the thing make you motivate? I say Manju. They say, who is Manju? Manju is the caretaker. She takes care of my children. I always believe one thing, Malti, that if you wanted to success or want to deliver perfectly everything, then you have to empower others. Unless until you empower others, your downline, you cannot execute. So I channelize in my office also same thing. In my house also same thing. And my husband is a plastic cosmetic surgeon. We have got a hospital also. I also take care of the hospital administration part. So all this, I just move around. My eyes are everywhere. and I empower the downline and build a system. It's not about how you're managing the show if you're physically present. It's not about that. I don't believe in this. I told you that I have got 3,000 manpower who is working in the grassroots level of Odisha. I've got this, Aryavart, where this is the education, hospital, family. So thing is, when you're a multitask person, you have to build a system. The system means your downline system, your channel, the people who are working for you. So that is most important. And I strongly believe that live, let live, and grow together. So I always believe that if you wanted to be success and manage beautiful any of the work, you have to empower others. You have to train others so that they will feel for you. They love you. They trust you. They trust on your ethics, your ideology, everything with the humility. So that is most important. And the power of gratitude, compassion, pride, that can lead your people to be greater futures success. That is thing I strongly believe, and practically I do that.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Gratitude is something that I always advocate, and I'm very happy that you
Yeah.
mentioned that here. So, in these
Mm.
times of the COVID-19, you said that your volunteers, 3,000 strong volunteers, are helping
Yeah.
different kinds of people. How did
Yeah.
you get into this?
We have a foundation. Me and my friend, those are doing. This is So Are My Foundation, and our tagline is Hunger Free Odisha Initiative. Means our purpose is, when God has made this world, and we all are the children of God, and if God has made food for everyone, and there should not be any single person should strive and hungry and sleep with a hunger tummy. So in not only in COVID time, we started this in 2014, and we have got mobile vans. We are the first food bank we started in Odisha, and every day, wherever the surplus food, like friends parties or something, our surplus food, our volunteers go and collect and feed to the needy. We have got a community kitchen, so that's what we started first in Odisha, and that is going everywhere throughout the Odisha. So we did collaboration with the Rotary Foundation of India. And in COVID time, what happened? Suppose we used to feed that time 300 people per a day, and COVID time we started off feeding 1,000 people per a day, and we started giving the dry ration to having the social distance, maintaining the social distance. And now almost 20,000 human we have they have got benefited due to this dry ration, and they are able to cook, because all of a sudden lockdown everywhere, pandemic has been so problem whole of the world, right? And everybody is fighting for to get rid of this COVID-19. So that time we are reaching to them and giving them the food, whatever we can give it, either in cooked food or dry ration, reaching to them. And luckily, so many associations, individuals, they're also coming and supporting us. Government is supporting in shape of distribution of discipline and maintaining the social distance. So all these things is happening because of the system. It's a strict discipline system which we channelize our downline. And that's the thing I maintain each and every association or organization I made it. Discipline is the first and foremost thing which make you smooth running of your work. And this is the So My Foundation which we do. And now we started a new initiation of giving Brahmins, it's about the Pujak means those who priest group, and those artists, those who are really they generate day to day money for to feed to their family. And now it is everything is stopped. So we are generating crowdfunding, and we are associated with various associations which is generously they are also supporting. So this things is going on now in pandemic. Even though we are in lockdown in home, we are just physically disconnected, but not mentally. If we are being connected with all grassroots people who are the needy.
Spectacular work. It requires a large heart to be able to do so much and to be able to give so much to others. Chidatmika, I have
Yeah,
one personal
yeah,
question. How do you
please.
manage your energy levels through all of this?
My energy. Nice question you ask. I get the smiles from others, I get energy. I see my baby happy, I get energy. I see people applaud, I get energy. I get energies from the smiles they get it due to the services which I deliver. When I see happy my staffs, I get energy. When I see my husband is happy, I get energy. So this positive vibration and empowering others, I get energy out of that. And if you talk to me in 1 o'clock also night, I'll talk with this same energy. I'll talk with you only. So this is the thing actually, after all, at the end, if you are getting happiness, whatever doing, you're smiling, then that is the energy for you. You're satisfied.
So there's no secret diet.
Diet is for the health. Yes, I do, but not a strict, a strict dieting person, because I have a weakness for Chinese. Uh, but now it is everything is stopped because of this, lockdown. We all are having our home food. Yes, we're trying our food to be more healthy. But frankly saying, food, whenever I get, I'm a foodie. Whenever I get good food, I enjoy that. I believe in the present.
Food is something that many
Yeah,
people can't resist. You seem to be doing a lot of charity work, and I have
yeah.
to ask you a very important question. What do you see success as?
Anything I do, if I'm happy of doing, because see, as a multitasker, I do lots of things. Okay, so it's not about one success. As a success happen when you identify and leave out, your true purpose, and you fulfill the result. My purpose is to inspire, impact, engage young leaders, motivate, create a meaningful impact. There are so many things which, people trust around me. And if I get out of that end is smile, I think I succeed. If not, then I am not succeed. And success and failure is a part of life. If I if no celebrate success, you'll be surprised. I also celebrate the failure. People, so, because
Mhm.
because you learn out of the failure as well. You know. So I always tell to my staffs, my colleagues, that you should celebrate the failure as well, because unless until you celebrate in unless until you, because celebration is for, because you're identifying your mistake, why you failed, so that you'll not repeat and your ladder towards the success will move. So you'll remember why you celebrate birthdays, why you celebrate an occasion, to remember the moment. So celebrate everything of your life. So that's what I think.
Fantastic. Can you tell me about a project wherein you have
Yeah.
faced this failure, and how did you celebrate that, and what were the lessons that you learned from that?
Oh, yes, absolutely. This is about the government project. When I started, there was a project called Brilliant Tutorial. This was considered to be first tutorial for medical JE, which is a tremendous loss project for me, which I failed. I took it for Odisha, but later on, due to certain decision is like, I always do any of the project, I engross and downline I trained. When the brilliant tutorial failed me, I analyzed that, why I failed. Because that time, the downline, I given open hand to them. I didn't train. I had a trust belief that they will do it. So I didn't work out actually properly. And the business is always like, you map, you calculate, you do your blueprint properly. And like, I always believe that you should drive a car the speed where you can manage the brake. If you're not able to manage the brake, then you dash. Accident happened like that. So brilliant tutorial was a learning for me when I had a huge losses in my business. I didn't map that time. I just whimsically took a very fancy office of high rent, high paid salaries. I thought by showing high, empire to everyone, I'll succeed, which is a learning for me. It's not like that. In business, any of the enterprise or in family, you have to always calculative, plan, process, properly planned, then only you move. Don't rush. I did a rush thing in Brilliant, for that I failed. So that was a learning. And when I fell, I did celebrate it. And after that, I never rush for anything. Always I plan and I calculate, I evaluate, I do accountability of weekly, daily, then I move forward. And with God's grace, my move is going in a positive direction.
Thank you.
So
That
that's
was
how.
very brave of you to talk about it. Thank you. There's been a lot of learning in that,
Pleasure.
and I'm sure a lot many more can learn from that. Now,
Yeah,
I would like to wind this up with some rapid fire
yeah,
questions. Are you ready
yeah,
for that?
please. Oh, yes, absolutely.
Okay, great. Now, what is the one characteristic that you think every leader should have? Mhm.
Be positive always.
Okay. What is the single most significant barrier for a woman to assume a leadership role for impact?
Basically, because a woman or an individual, I'll say, they should balance in their life. And I always strongly believe that beauty begins the moment you decide to be yourself. So that's the reason women has to understand and balance. Then only they can succeed.
What is the one behavior or trait that derails a person on the ladder of leadership?
Unethical.
Hmm.
You
What
have to be ethics in your life.
hmm, what keeps you going or what motivates you in the face of challenges?
I always stand as a positive. I convince myself that whatever I'm going to do it, which very judgmental and determination and passion. I move forward like that. I first understand who am I and what I'm going to do.
Where do you get your best ideas from?
I talk to the people. I try to find out the gap. Why this gap? And I always try to work on the gap. And best ideas, I always, when I talk to myself, I get it. Means, people sometimes criticize me. What you're talking? My baby also tell me, Mama, why you're talking to yourself? What you're talking to you? I say, yeah, I love to talk to me. So yes, I talk to myself and talk to people. Try to understand what is the gap and work out with the gap. And always try to give a problem solver to the gap, not by blaming others, because I don't believe in blaming is or talking or criticizing is a solution anytime. If you understand the gap, try to work out for towards the solution. That a individual should do it. Then only you consider as a leader.
Mhm. What would be your suggestion or advice to someone who wants to start or do something along the lines that you are doing? You're doing many things, but if someone has to
Yeah,
start as a social leader or a social entrepreneur,
yeah.
what would be your suggestions or tips?
My suggestion is your thought at the seed that you plant. The better seed you need, more skill, more energy. So I do my everything with the passion. So one should do anything, whatever you do it, do with your passion. then you will definitely succeed in the life.
Great piece of
That's what my
advice.
suggestion. Yeah.
Such geniosity. I really enjoyed this conversation with you.
Same here, dear.
I'm so happy that you have taken this time out and been very patient
Yeah.
in spite of all the
Thank
technical
you, dear.
difficulties that we had. And I'm so
Because we
happy.
took everything positive. That's the thing.
Yes.
Yeah, Malti, it was a lovely interaction with you. Before ending our conversation, one thing I request you now, you should ask me one question, that what is meaning of my name Chidatmika? I wanted to explain that.
Oh, please, please go ahead. Yeah, I would be happy to know
Oh,
that.
yes. Do you
Chidatmika.
know why I wanted you to know? Because this is my gratitude to my father,
Uh-huh.
who is a inspiration and a great idol of my life. Throughout the career, when he was a government officer, he also served the people with his medicine free of cost. So my father is my admirer, and who has given me this name, Chidatmika. And we are three sisters, Chidatmika, Layatmika, and Ekatmika. We three sisters. These three names are other name of goddess Durga. Chit Atmika, Chit is the consciousness, Atma is the soul. The person who understands other soul. Laya Atmika, Laya, the aim, the goal, Atmika, again the soul. And Ekatmika, Eko Atma, there is this one soul. The three name is the name of goddess Durga. I always love, and if somebody not asks me in interview also, I ask, please ask me this question, because I love to answer this. And always when I explain, I thanks to my father, and everybody say that your name is unique, because this is thanks goes to my father only, who has given me this name, Chidatmika.
Yeah, very beautiful name and very,
Thank you.
very
Thank you very much.
beautifully explained with a childlike enthusiasm. I love it. Love it.
Thank you. We all are the child heart, dear. Everybody in the world, we have got a heart, and we should maintain that child within us, baby within us.
Yeah, a child, just like how a child never gets tired.
Yeah.
I think that is probably the reason why we see such energetic and charismatic people around us. And
Thank you.
I I could also say that I was fortunate to have met you at Odisha, and it was
Yeah,
a pleasure
same
now
here, dear.
talking to you.
Yeah. We make in Vasudeva Kutumbakam. Whole world is the family. So
Yes.
that's what. We should, whole world is our family.
Thank you so much, Chidatmika, once again for
Thank
being on
you.
the show, and
Thank you.
it was a
And
pleasure
God bless
talking
you.
to you.
Bye. Same here, dear.
Yep.
Bye.
With several strong social missions, Chidatmika continues to impact the lives of several thousands of people in a positive way, trying constantly to bring a social equilibrium and reduce the disparity in the society. Thank you, Dr. Chidatmika, for the wonderful work you are doing. Salutations to such inspirers in our lives. Thank you so much for listening in. I hope you liked this conversation and found it inspiring. If you think this could help transform minds, please share this with friends, family, associates, anyone. Do you have a question that you want me to ask our next guest? Do write to me at empress at bhogya.online. EMPRESS at BHOGYA dot online. I look forward to receiving your comments at bhogya.online slash the impressive empress. While there, you can also get to know about more of such leaders and how you can lead like the impressive empress. Make sure you subscribe and follow our talk shows on Facebook, Instagram, or Pinterest. Bye until the next time and take care.